Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day out there. So I just got through having a nice shower. Ooh, I feel nice and clean. I'll tell you what, Chantal, you are missing out. A nice good shower, a nice hot bath. You feel brand new as soon as you get out. So I'm feeling squeaky clean and brand new. And when I got out, I noticed that Foodie did another video. Surprise, surprise, it's another food video. This one is a little different because she doesn't just sit and talk about the food she's eating or food she wants to eat. She talks about somebody else in the video. No, not FFG. No, not a reactor. She actually talks about Candy, Hungry Fat Chick. Because as all of you know that have seen my reacts on Hungry Fat Chick, Candy has been doing the carnivore diet and she has been experiencing some success with the carnivore diet. She did have some bad moments, she confessed that, but she's held herself accountable. And she did another video today saying that she's back on it, she's back on the horse, and she's doing well with it. And Foodie decides she wants to speak on that and give her opinions. Well, I've got opinions to her opinions, so we are going to react to this video and I'm going to give my thoughts. And I hope you guys enjoy and you are feel free to leave your comments, feelings, opinions, and thoughts in the comment section. So where are we starting first? Let's see. Well, we have some stuff on Twitter. I always start with this stuff on Twitter. So let's start there. It won't take long. There's not that much. Okay, so there's Miss Foodie, courtesy of Mrs. Robinson. And she says, Cutie is jealous of Hungry Fat Chick because she's losing weight and getting better. The carnivore diet is a lifestyle choice. The benefits have been proven. Chins, you need to STFU with this BED narrative. You said it years back, I just want to eat into oblivion. Yeah, she did make that statement. And she even said in the last food video, I just want to eat. So she's making the choice of food over life. Where some people eat to live, she lives to eat. And that's unfortunate because she doesn't have to go that way. But let's watch the clip from Mrs. Robinson.
Hungry Fat Chick was doing, she has binge eating disorder too. I know exactly what she's going through. I fully support her and I feel like she's, I understand what she's going through, okay? But what I don't support.
No, there is no but. It should have stopped right there. If you really supported Candy or anyone who is making changes in their life that works for them, they're trying to do better, there is no but. There should be no but. There should be no continuation of your thoughts. It stops there. I support them. Whatever works for them, whatever is working for them. I'm glad it's working for them. I'm glad they're getting their life together. I support them, and insert a period at the end of that sentence, not an apostrophe with a but. You're making the blanket disclaimer sentence before you get started with the criticism.
Or is the carnivore diet because it's super unreasonable. It's
No, it's not unreasonable. You think it's unreasonable because it wouldn't work for you, maybe because you don't like it. You don't like the idea of it, and that's fine. Different things work for different people, but it's working for her. She's lost some weight on the carnivore diet. She has been feeling better. So for you, it may not work. For Candy, it is working. You just made that blanket disclaimer, I'm proud of her, blah, blah, blah statement, just so you can give the criticism without being criticized yourself.
Counterproductive to binge eating recovery, okay? And that's how I've done that for so many years too. I still struggle every day with that mindset. Okay, every time I eat something like this, I immediately think after, oh my gosh, I did so much wrong today, I might as well go binge out. No, I have to catch myself and recondition my thinking, getting rid of those food rules, saying, it's fine, I had a few spring rolls, I'm not, nothing's gonna happen, I can have them again in the future, this is not bad food.
This is her trying to justify what she's doing. Trying to give us the impression that she's in control of what she's doing. She's not in control. She's absolutely not in control, and she's not going to be in control as long as she's monetizing her issue and making money off of it. How can you possibly heal something that you are using to make a profit? You can't do that.
Okay, this is a single portion that I bought. So it's like,
I'm sorry, no. Y'all see this portion? Take a good look at that. Does that look like a single portion for one person? Has anybody ever ordered takeout? That looks kind of like a party platters type situation. That looks like something that easily two people could split and they both be full.
Carnivore diets like that are restrictive, you cannot, with somebody with binge eating, you cannot, and I think they can cause binge eating, because what happens when so many people fall off? Why do people fall off? Because I have to note here that I'm not picking on anyone. I go through.
You know what? We'll watch this part during the video because it's sped up and it's kind of hard to understand. But thank you, Mrs. Robinson, for posting that. This is from Hidden Truths. Hashtag Foodie Beauty. It's not what she eats that's bad. It's the amount that she still doesn't comprehend. You can eat what you want, but the amount you consume is excessive. Talk all you want about ED, but you still don't fully get it yourself and continue to overeat. That's true. She's making up her own rules. She's fooling herself into thinking, I've got control. But if you were in control of food, why would you have such an excessive problem with food, foodie? If you had control of food, you'd be able to stop yourself, but you're not stopping yourself. Okay, let's go back up here. Oh, one moment. Oh, it's not on my Twitter. Sorry about that. Perfectly Imperfect says she's mad because I think Hungry Fat Chick weighs less now. She's 415 pounds now. Well, if that's true, that means she definitely weighs less than Foodie. So congratulations, Candy Hungry Fat Chick, for your weight loss and for taking care of yourself and holding yourself accountable. Elizabeth Jennifer says, this beast is stuffing her face, telling us how she doesn't agree with Hungry Fat Chick carnivore diet. At least Candy is actually losing weight and not spewing BS and hate. No, she isn't. From what I've seen of her videos, she's holding herself accountable. She's saying, yeah, I messed up. She's doing her weigh-ins. She's holding herself more accountable and showing us more than Chantal has in a long time. This is an older clip of Chantal, courtesy of Holly Go Heavy. Holly Go Heavy says, what do you expect from someone who reads one book, watches TikTok for health advice, and resists all healthy information because she can't manipulate it? She's on track for massive immobility, and even though she won't get it, it's been 38 years, not one intervention, too late. Cancer Warrior says, it's even worse for your what, Chantal? Deny it now all you want to. The internet is forever. That's true. So let's watch the clip from Cancer Warrior and Holly Go Heavy.
I'm trying to heal my relationship with food.
And that's important. If you have an issue with food, you have to heal your relationship to food. And part of healing that relationship is you have to give food the respect it deserves. You have to treat it in the way it should be treated. You cannot abuse it. You cannot use it for any other thing than what it's supposed to be used for. Food is something that we put inside of ourselves to keep ourselves healthy, to give us energy, to go out into the world and do things and be active. We as humans, we're supposed to be active. We're not supposed to just sit in one spot and do nothing. We're supposed to go out, do things, be active, move around. It's not meant to be something that you do to keep from being active or ingesting so much that you become bedbound. So yes, it is important to heal your relationship to food and not use it as an emotional crutch for other things. It's not a cure-all for all your problems. It's not something you should be using for escape. So you're right, Chantal. You have to heal your relationship to food. But that's going to be impossible if you're catering to that certain group of people on your audience. All they care about is watching you eat, and they don't care if you get sick.
And that's the only way I'm going to get anywhere,
right?
In the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's back to binge city. And that's even worse for my diabetes than the tacos I had for dinner.
Yeah, well, you've got a myriad of health problems, and you know you've got a myriad of health problems, and you don't care. And your life is up to you. What you decide to do with your life, whether good, bad, or in between, it's completely in your control. Or in your case, you're out of control, so therefore everything else is going to be out of control. This is from Kelly. This is a clip from the video saying she knew she said something stupid. Foodie Beauty, you are a fool. Go to therapy with a doctor. Yeah, she does need therapy. Let's watch.
Oh, you're an expert on eating disorders? Yes. I have an eating disorder. Therefore, I want to become an expert on it so that I can...
how are you going to be an expert at that if you're not even in control of your own? You want to be an expert so bad, but yet how can you claim to be an expert or try to become an expert if you can't get your own act together, ma'am?
I can learn from it, and I can help others, and I can cure myself, and I can help myself by
Chantal, if you were so knowledgeable, if you were capable of healing yourself and stopping this thing, why hasn't it happened? Why not? If you're so incredibly knowledgeable, why is the problem not slowing down? Why isn't it stopping? Obviously, you need help outside of yourself, you know? It's time to just give up and surrender to the truth. Okay, here are the tags for the video, courtesy of Kristen. Foodie Beauty, mukbang, crab mukbang, barnacles, viral. Are you hoping to go viral with this, Foodie? Seafood mukbang, seafood boil, crabs with barnacles, Kuwait, Syrian, Canadian, Chinese food. She put a whole bunch of different tags for this video. Was she trying to signal different kinds of people on YouTube? I wonder. It kind of looks like it. Okay, let's stop here. And let's go on to the actual video. So y'all ready? Okay, get ready. Get yourself a nice cold drink. Get something to snack on. I don't know how long we'll be here, but I'm here to give my thoughts. So let's do this.
and the legs are freaking me out, but the taste of crab is so good. I wish I could hire someone to just crack the crab for me and give me the meat. Professional crab cracker. All right. Smells like seafood. No, it smells good. So this is just steamed crab with vegetables. I don't
You know, Chantal, you told us long ago that you smell like barracuda and ricotta, so you should feel right at home.
have any utensils for crabs. Let me have a sip of this. Bismillah. Let's have a spring roll first. So I want to tell you some things about binge eating, okay? Because I get quite a lot. I'd say the majority of my comments, some of you, beezers, etc., leave nothing but positive, loving comments, okay?
Well, the reason why you have nothing but positive, loving comments on your comment section is because you delete all of the negative comments. You edit your comment section, Chantal. I've been including your comment sections in my reacts for the longest. And I noticed a while ago that you were getting rid of all the potentially negative comments. If they were there, they didn't stay there. That's why your comment sections are filled with positive comments. And some of them might be from you, yourself, under your socks, you know, giving yourself engagement by posting in praise of yourself. So there's that too. But a lot of people that are on your channel or maybe on YouTube, a lot of people, because of you talking about BED, you know, they're getting an idea of what's wrong, but only a doctor for sure would know what's wrong. If you have a BED, if it's really severe, do you not have a BED at all? Is it just pure gluttony and overeating? Only a doctor will be able to figure that out. Nobody else. But a lot of people who have not experienced BED or know someone who has, they're still kind of in the dark about things. One thing is certain though, whether you have a BED or not, you're getting on camera and you are excessively eating and you're expecting to be compensated for this behavior. And this behavior off camera is leading to health problems. It's leading to lack of mobility. It's leading to bad breathing. It's leading to a lot of bad things. So whether you have a BED or not, you shouldn't be doing this behavior on camera.
And people seem to think that these people are ass kissers. So here's the thing. I want you to just disregard what I'm eating and think of binge eating disorder as not what I'm eating, but as a mental restriction with food, okay? Let me see if I can give her something. Julia?
You know what, Chantal? You get on Julia for coming after your food when you sit down to eat. But you're about to give her some of your food. I think it's kind of effed up that you sit there and you train her to accept food from you while you're eating, and then you get on her case for doing it again later. You are conditioning her and training her to accept food from you while you're doing these videos. But then when you get annoyed, you want to get on her. It's just not fair. If you don't want her to go after your food, don't train her that when you sit down, she's going to get something.
No sauce. Do you like crabs? Do you like crabs? You like crabs? Here's some crabs for you. I wonder how he likes crab. Try to save him some. Okay. Yeah, as an attitude towards food, basically, like there is a lot of mental conditioning. I think diet culture literally conditions people to have eating disorders. Like, for example, all of these comments I see, these people are conditioned as well, like saying, this is a reasonable meal to me. Okay, it might not.
I'm sorry, no, it's not. That does not look like a reasonable meal to me. I'm just giving my opinion over here. I'm allowed to do that. It's my doggone channel. That doesn't look reasonable. That does not look like a normal one-size portion. I've ordered from different restaurants before, sometimes from Chinese restaurants. I've never seen this portion for one person. This looks like something for two people. I understand it's seafood. I know it's crab legs, and sometimes, like things like crab legs, it looks like a lot because there's not much meat. But this looks like she ordered a double portion.
You might think the spring rolls are fried, they're not healthy. That's your personal opinion, and you may be right, but it still doesn't exacerbate an eating disorder. What does, and I've learned this, and I know you're thinking, oh, you're an expert on eating disorders. Yes, I have an eating disorder, therefore
Can I ask you a question, Chantal? Person to person here. You're on YouTube. And you said before, long ago, somebody asked you the question, if you could make videos, but you weren't going to get paid for them, would you continue to do content? Immediately you said, no, I wouldn't. So clearly you're on YouTube to make money. That is your number one priority, making money, trying to find things to make you money. So knowing that YouTube has a problem with any content that has to do with EDs, with glorifying or talking about EDs, why did you pick this topic to make it to an arc? When the bots are running around all over YouTube and there's any mention of it in a video, you're going to get yellow dollar sign, which happens. That means limited to no income. Because YouTube, they're very concerned with everything being family friendly. So they're getting very strict with the policies now. Anybody that even reacts to Chantal is having to deal with this crap. We're not even doing the behavior on camera. And even if we speak in code words, because we're just talking about it or she's talking about it, the bots pick it up and boom, they'll hit you with that yellow dollar sign. But why pick an arc where YouTube has a problem with what you're talking about? You want to make money, but you're picking something they have a problem with.
I want to become an expert on it so that I can learn from it and I can help others and I can cure myself.
Before you can help others, help yourself first. You're in no position to help anyone. You need to help yourself first. And if you can't do that, you really shouldn't be trying to help anybody else.
And I can help myself by educating myself on the matter.
Why don't you try that? Why don't you try educating yourself? And then the things that you learn, you put into play. And then once you put them into play and you start experiencing some success that lasts a while, then maybe you might have some ground to stand on. Then you've got something to speak on because you learned something, you tried something, it worked for you. You can show that you're experiencing success with it, and then you can speak on it. Hungry Fat Chick, she's doing the carnivore diet. and she's showing progress. She's showing us the weigh-ins. She's showing us all kinds of things. That is something that you're not doing. So, Dr. Blue Couch over there, if you are successful with taming your problem with food, why aren't we showing any signs of success?
For example, if somebody is diagnosed with cancer, it's not uncommon for them to go and seek many educate themselves and seek out information that could help them better understand what they're going through. So just vegetable spring roll.
I love the fact that Chantal's sitting there talking about, I want to help people and I want to learn about my problem and help myself too. At the same time, she's monetizing her problem. You see what I mean? Make it make sense. You want to help yourself and you want to help others, allegedly, which I don't believe. But you want to help yourself at the same time you're monetizing your problem, which means the problem will never go away.
That's something that I've been doing. And something clicked like, okay, it's about the mental conditioning. So you have to mentally decondition yourself to labeling food as bad. So when you watch me and you say, that food is going to kill you, that food is bad. No, food is food. It's not evil. It's not good. It's neutral. It's just food. It's how we utilize things, right? It's like blaming the gun for shooting somebody. It's the same thing. And restriction and cutting out certain foods, such as saying, this is bad, I shouldn't eat this. I should just eat some vegetables and some crab. It is restriction, and that perpetuates the binge cycle. So I'll post the binge cycle here.
So here's the binge restrict cycle. And here on the diagram, you can see restricting is a huge part of it. Eating less than normal and eating only certain types of food. So completely eliminating.
So what are you trying to do, Chantal? Are you trying to put this out there as a defense for anybody who's coming at you and saying, Chantal, you're overeating. Chantal, you're gluttonous. Chantal, you are stuffing yourself excessively for no reason. Is this your defense? So that people say those things to you, you can say, look, if I completely restricted, this is going to make me eat more, where you're going to eat more anyway. Let me tell you why. Because, again, I'm not a doctor, not trying to diagnose you. I think, in my opinion, you use food for too many purposes. You're giving it more jobs than what it's supposed to have. You have too many emotional anchors on food, and you need to pull them all off. You're using food as a cure-all medicine for all of your inner issues, outer issues. You eat when you're bored. You eat when you're sad. You eat when you're angry. You eat to calm yourself down. Too many hats. Food is wearing too many hats around you. And that's because you put them on its head and said, do this, 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 and this for me, when its only job is to give you fuel to go out and be active, which you're not doing. If you have an ED, sometimes there are issues wrapped around food. Maybe it could be just bad habits, eating growing up that just transcended to adulthood. But there might be some other issues wrapped around food, deep issues. Could be trauma, could be something that happened early in life. That's why you have to go to therapy, to tear apart that ball of yarn and see what's in the center, to figure out what the root problem is and know how to fix it. And then by identifying it, you can identify your triggers and be aware of them. You've not done any of that work. You're just trying to find ways and examples and Google information to back up your narrative.
Foods, even trigger foods. We have to learn to neutralize those trigger foods and reframe the thoughts and let go of those mental restrictions.
Hi, baby girl. And as you can see, make sure there's no sauce. As you can see, that guilt, that restriction when you overeat, like, okay, I'm not going to eat this anymore at all. No, it doesn't work that way. That causes a binge. And I hate to use this as an example and target. I'm not targeting, I'm not being rude.
So don't be.
But it is public, so I'm allowed to comment on it, Just
You know, Chantal, if you had any valid points to make, if you got an argument to make, you might be taken a little bit more seriously if you weren't stuffing your face at the same time.
like you guys say about me, you put it out there, people can comment. A hungry fat chick was doing, she has binge eating disorder too. I know exactly what she's going through.
No, you don't. You don't know what she's going through. Are you in her head? Are you her doctor? Are you her therapist? You don't know what she's going through. You don't know what her issues are. Step off. You have no idea. She's not your best friend. You haven't hung out with her. You're trying to say my issues are exactly the same as her issues when they might be completely different. You might be completely different people. You might have maybe this similar problems, but she's a different person. You don't even know yourself. You're not even taking care of yourself. How do you know what's going on with another person when you're not even in their house?
I fully support her, and I feel like she's, I understand what she's going through, okay? But what I don't support is the carnivore diet because it's super unreasonable. It's
How do you know? Have you tried it? Have you tried the carnivore diet? I don't think you've tried it. Maybe it might not be something for you. Maybe it might not work for you, but it is working a little bit for her. And she's still trying. Whether she's on the carnivore diet, whether she tries the keto diet, she's still trying. And I support that. You're not trying at all.
counterproductive to binge eating recovery. Okay.
How do you know? You know what I think she's ticked off about? This was just a thought in my mind kind of peeking at this video. I think she's ticked off about the fact that she tried to put this narrative out there of if you have BED and if you go ham with the food, which she has been doing, her narrative is it's impossible to turn this around. Absolutely impossible. Once you get on this path, once you go down the path this far, there's no turning back. And there's Candy proving her wrong. She's on the carnivore diet. She's made some progress. I applaud that. But she's ticked off that there's another woman on YouTube and she had a problem with food. She's still going to have a problem with food because once you got an addiction to something, you always have it. It's either you're in recovery or you're not. And Candy is working to being in recovery. And again, I applaud that. But Chantal's ticked off at this picture she's trying to paint of if you got a problem with food, it's impossible to fix. Here's Candy saying, you're wrong, Chantal. I'm fixing myself. I want to fix myself. I'm working on myself. And that goes against her narrative. So here she is trying to put down the carnivore diet, saying it's impossible. It's bad for anyone on BED to be on it. You've never tried it, Chantal, so how would you know?
And that's how I've done that for so many years too. I still struggle every day with that mindset. Okay, every time I eat something like this, I immediately think after, oh my gosh, I did so much wrong today. I might as well go binge out. No, I have to like catch myself and recondition my thinking, getting rid of those food.
Where is she catching herself? When she was doing the diet boxes, she decided to come on camera and tell us after she ate the diet boxes, she had a B moment like she hasn't had in a while. So where is she catching herself? She takes advantage of the fact that we only see and hear what she lets us see and hear. We only know what we know about Chantal because of her videos. So she takes advantage of the fact that when the camera's turned off, we don't know and we can't see what's happening. She might be having one B moment or several. She might be overeating thousands of calories. How are we going to know? We can only hold her accountable to what we know and what we can see. So that shadow of doubt, and mystery and, like the unknown, she's playing around with that.
Food rules saying, it's fine. I had a few spring rolls. I'm not, nothing's going to happen. I can have them again in the future. This is not bad food. Okay. This is a
By the way, Chantal, question. So what viewer paid you for this meal? This doesn't look like something you'd normally eat. So did somebody pay you to eat this? One of your special viewers, the ones that are into food, kind of feels like it. You're a creature of habit. You like to eat the same food over and over and over again. I noticed that pattern long ago. You'll pick one food and you'll go ham with it for a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even a month. But if you eat something different, that's not the norm for you. So what viewer paid you for this meal?
single portion that I bought. So it's like carnivore diets like that are restrictive. You cannot, with somebody with binge eating, you cannot, and I think they can cause binge eating because what happens when so many people fall off? Why? Why do people fall off? Because
I have to note here that I'm not picking on anyone. I go through the same cycle over and over as well, especially when I restrict. I mean, restrict with fad diets, fruit only diets, etc. I'm not saying all diets are bad, but they are counterproductive to healing from binge eating disorder.
and have to get back into keto reboot or whatever. You think that eating red meat every day with butter on it is healthy? Really?
Well, do you think what you're eating right now is healthy? Not putting down the seafood part of it, but really the rolls, that's healthy? That's really healthy for you, Chantal?
And nothing but that? You want steak? Have it steak, butter, baked potato, broccoli. What's wrong with that? Are you going to tell me a baked potato is going to kill you?
Of course, she had to put in fries because she has to have carbs with everything.
People demonize carbs because of the sugar. But what about the cholesterol and fat, saturated fat in steak and butter? I mean, you're omitting a very important part of your diet, okay? Um,
I'm going to reverse this for a minute. Let's reverse it. If Chantal's favorite food was steak instead of carbs, instead of the potatoes and the fries and the pasta and the processed foods, if she went ham on steak the way she goes ham on carbs, and if there was a diet of, let's just say, nothing but carbs, she'd be putting that down because protein is not something she's really fond of. She's fond of the carbs. It's like she's defending the carbs. You have to have carbs. Well, it's true. To some extent, you do have to have carbs because carbs are where you get your fuel. But you can have a small portion of carbs. You don't have to go ham with them like you do.
you're removing all pleasure from eating,
That's your problem right there. The fact that you are using food for pleasure and joy. And there's nothing else in your life that gives you joy or pleasure. I mean, the things you eat, yes, they have to taste good, but you should never look at food as 100% source of joy and happiness in your life. That's where everything will go sideways. If you have a life where there's nothing going on that makes you happy, and the only thing you have to look forward to is food. Of course, when somebody says, hey, this one thing in life that you enjoy, we're going to take it away or you can't have it anymore. Of course, you're going to resist because there's nothing else in your life that's going to make you happy except that. So no, you're not going to give it up. But if you're looking at food as a source of joy, Chantal, that's a problem. You've got emotional anchors on food.
Baby girl, I gave you enough crabs. You can't have any more crabs. I was eating my diet meal lunch yesterday, and it was a nice burger, nice bun. It must have had egg in the bun.
Wait. Stop. What was this diet meal? What do we see you eat? You ate that huge meal with the chips. Where was the diet meal? So you didn't just eat one meal that day. That one meal you ate was 4,500 plus calories. So on top of that meal, you ate another one?
Or something. She loves eggs. And it was a turkey burger with a few wedges. And she jumped up, and I thought she was just going to stare at me as always. She took the whole bun in her mouth and ran with it.
No, she didn't. That's a lie. You probably threw it away because you didn't want to eat it.
Baby girl, you don't get it. You don't get it. Baby girl. Anyway. I mean, you know, so that's my point with that.
You know, and something tells me that Chantal deliberately table trained Julia to take food from her while she was eating, so that Julia would be close to her during these videos and show up in the videos, because everybody wants to see how Julia's doing.
Man, that's good. And they put so much ice as if they know me or something. All right, let's try this crab before you banter on more. Okay, let's see. What's in here? Do you eat these little legs or what?
I can already tell you right now, that's not going to be enough for her. She's going to break apart all those crab legs, get all the meat out of them. That's not going to fill her up.
I love crab, oh my gosh. But I'm kind of sad because I saw a chef cut one up alive.
Whatever.
I ate until I was full. I had 3 fajitas. That's so tasty. I have 3 fajitas.
Complete a sentence, for God's sake.
And some chips. I didn't even finish the chips. So
you want to know why? Because you were in the process of finishing your meal and Salah came home and you got busted. That's why you didn't finish that food. Not because you didn't want to, not because you weren't full, but because Salah came home and you were having a moment and he saw what you were doing. That kind of ruined the mood for you, didn't it? Because you wanted to eat in private. You didn't want him seeing, and he saw you anyway. That's why you didn't finish those doggone chips.
How is that? How is that too much? You know, the only thing about crab is it's a pain in the ass. You know what to eat. You have to say, I'm going to allow myself to eat this. How do I eat this thing? What the heck is this? And that's how it is. Baby girl, I'm giving her all the good meat from inside the knuckle here. This one has
That's another sign that she's not enjoying the food. She's actually giving Julia part of her food. Since when does Chantal share her food?
too much sauce, baby. Oh, it's so good and sweet. So I just want to say that I've been watching some weird videos, some interesting videos, and look, I get a lot of hate for everything I do. Baby girl, no, come on. I'm highly controversial in everything I do.
That's because you're always bringing things to the table that are controversial, that are dramatic. That's your content. Controversy, drama, triggering people, making people angry. You make a point to seek out anything and everything that will make people triggered or angry in some way, or for some strange reason, you keep looking to TikTok, looking for anything that is going viral or is trending. And you're trying to bring TikTok over to your channel, although it's not translating well.
Especially what I eat. Everything. So, that being said, one of the big controversies as well is filming in public. I've learned a lot about that. I get it. Private places are not public. But when you're out in the public, if you're leaving your house, and I'm talking about people being filmed on camera, if you're out in the public, you have to expect
Chantal, let me remind you of something. You are not in Canada. You're not even in the United States. You're in Kuwait. Because of that, you are a guest in another country. And it's just like being a guest in somebody's house. You walk in somebody's house, you are a guest, therefore you should be on your best behavior. When it comes to another country, you have to pay attention to what's allowed and what's not allowed, what the laws are and what you get in trouble for. So if you go to another country, you should pay attention to the customs and the people, learn about the proper way to have manners, what might be offensive to people, maybe even learn how to speak the language so you can communicate and get around. But if you're in another country, you are a guest of that country. And you can't sit there and say, oh, I'm in another country, they should just allow me to do whatever I want. No, they shouldn't, because you're a guest in their country.
that there's a limited amount of privacy that you're going to have. And people out in public filming, you might be caught on their camera. Now, again, I know private is different. But let's say you go to a public office, public library, sidewalks, fair game, okay?
She's trying to act like she's still in Canada. Because she was in Canada, she could film wherever she wanted. Again, you're in Kuwait, Chantal. There's a lot of things you can't show on camera, or you shouldn't be showing on camera. The fact that you've gotten away with the many things you've gotten away with is astounding to me. The fact that you haven't been caught. Some of the things you've shown, you can go to jail for. But you're in Kuwait. You're not a citizen of Kuwait. But there are laws to follow. Just because you're a YouTuber Doesn't exempt you from the laws.
So I don't want to hear people saying, you're filming that poor person in public, the license plate. Legal. So I was watching, and I learned this because I was watching these auditors. These, okay, honey, look. She loves crab. I can't help it. Here. Look at this white meat with no sauce. Look. No more. So the First Amendment basically states that you have a right, like you cannot be prosecuted, you have freedom of press.
You're not in the United States. You're not even in Canada. You're trying to quote laws and regulations from other countries that you are not in currently.
Your right to freedom of speech, okay? Right, yada, yada, yada. No. Okay, enough. They're always met with the same thing. The cops get called. And the cops usually end up going away because they don't have any reason, lawful reason, to arrest these people. Now you might say, oh, it's petty. Yeah, kind of, but no, I mean, if you're going into a public office and you want to exercise your right, I get that. Honey. Okay, let me see if I can get her some. She started going after these people's distashes. So I cannot have that. So I tried to put her in the room with the litter box and her things. And she peed on my bed.
Hold on a minute. I gotta go back.
Dasha?
Hold on a minute. I gotta go back to that part. That's good. What? Say that again. Oh, that's great. That is a great picture. I gotta save that. Y'all are okay with that? Y'all give me a minute. I'm telling you, sometimes the freeze frame game, you get the happy accidents, and I gotta capitalize on this one. That's beautiful. Hold still, Chantal. You look great. Thank you so much. Okay, tell us about Julia peeing on your bed again.
By the way, I can't lock her in another room. She'll pee on my bed. When she's mad at me. That's what you do, don't you?
You know, that's actually concerning. If Julia is peeing on her bed. That's actually concerning when you think about it. It could be because she's angry at Chantal, but it could also be because the litter box is dirty. Because when a cat normally does its business outside the box, is because the animal might be sick or stressed out, or the litter box is full and needs to be changed. A cat peeing outside of its box is not normal behavior. So is she doing it because she's angry with you, Chantal? Or are there other reasons?
Girl. Okay, let me see if I can get her some leg meat here. Down. Go. So yeah, I don't want her peeing on my bed.
Is it your bed or is it Salah's bed? Because we've all been speculating that you don't even sleep in the bed. Salah sleeps there. So is she peeing in the bed that Salah sleeps in?
I shut her in with.
Or is that the reason why you're sleeping on the couch? Because she peed on the bed and you didn't fix it.
We had company once because.
What company? Who comes over to the house? I don't believe you had company.
Some of the company was wearing Dishdasha. And she thought it was a toy. Like, she started going after these people's Dishdashas.
She's acting like she has people visiting the house when the camera's turned off. How come we've never heard about these people? How come we've never heard about, oh, I spent time with so-and-so. They come over, we had a nice time. Wouldn't she have made a nice story time out of that? We've never heard about her spending time with anyone. Why all of a sudden is she talking about it now?
So I cannot have that. So I tried to put her in the room with the litter box and her things. And she peed on my bed. Here. Man, she really loves crab. And people who say, "You get your disgusting cat off the..." Listen, lady.
Maybe cats have a form of Twitter. And she heard about what you did at BBJ and she was getting revenge for her.
Or man. I love my cat. And I love her more than human beings. So that's not going to happen. So that's my explanation of everything. So yeah. This is really good, but pain to eat.
Are we almost done here? I'm bored. I think we are. I think we'll cut it off here. It's only like 3 more minutes. She's just eating. What's new? All right, guys. So that's it for the video react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I would like to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions about all this. So apparently Chantal is kind of coming for Candy being on the carnivore diet, which I think is nonsense. Candy's doing fine. Worry about yourself, not other people, Chantal. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great day and please take care of yourselves.